Capricorn. This is love and relationships for you. I do see a slow and partial change happening in your relationship now. You would have liked it to have been a little bit more magnified or noticeable, but look, you are seeing that progress is being made, so you can't really fully complain, because at the end of the day, meanwhile you might be looking for perfection, you're almost happy that there's just some progress being made. If you had been on the fence back and forward with something, with a decision or something like that, you kind of seem like you're happy with how things have turned out in the next couple of weeks around this relationship. You're happy at least that you took a chance on this. It seems that things are kind of going in a really upwards and momentous kind of swing. Now, you are aware that under the surface there have been challenges building, and that almost that, you know, you're preempting the Nine of Wands getting to the Ten of Wands here. So you are preempting like these challenges starting to become more and more frequent, or like you just become aware that like, okay, something is building, something is brewing, and you can kind of see it boiling over almost, or becoming somewhat burdensome. So we're going to clear it up and see how we can avoid all of that. Three tens in the reading, actually. Ten of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune is 10, and the Ten of Wands does tell me that you are at a turning point or culmination in kind of like a final way around something. There may have been some sort of a turning point or culmination phase in a really advantageous way in terms of like business, in terms of like establishing a legacy, in terms of kind of like, what would I say, whatever your enterprise had kind of been. And let's see, you are concerned about putting down roots now. You are considering that the person you're dealing with may not fully be disclosing everything that's on their mind to you at the moment, but we can clear that up. You are hopeful for some communication to start to resolve any of the pressures that you might be feeling in the relationship, and you might just be feeling more of a pressure to provide, more of a pressure to make something of yourself at this time for the relationship. But it looks like you just want to be able to talk, and you want to be able to understand and just ask questions without these questions being perceived as some sort of a leading way or gateway into like then thinking that you now want to just dissect and unpack all of these kind of wand burdens that have been coming up. I think we should look at these cards together, Capricorn, and pull more messages to deepen these and see what's really going on. So the kind of chances that you've been taking on this relationship to move it forward are supported by like more and more aligning with better things and bigger things in this relationship. So like when you're taking a chance to move this relationship forward or making a decision to do that, you're met with like thumbs up, like this is the right choice along the way. Yeah, okay, so there might kind of be some sort of an unwillingness to change, or like some sort of an element of this being stuck in the past that you're trying to combat. It seems kind of like the person that you're dealing with is similarly aware of the challenges that you currently are aware of. And if you're trying to sort of build something like an enterprise together, it might even be an online business. You could also be taking what you've learned in the past and how you guys have just always been able to achieve things together in the past. With good communication, I'm seeing you're trying to use that so that your problems don't get more and more. Does that make any sense? Anyway, let's look at these cards together, Capricorn, and clear them up. My cat is making a little noise over here, so I'm just gonna, oh, she heard me. Okay, so let's keep going. I'm gonna look at this decision that some of you have been making. It was the first card out, the Two of Wands. Let's look at that. Should I do this? Should I not do this? Will I go here with them? Will I stay with them? Will I, whatever. And we've got the Temperance card. Okay, will I basically be bringing my life to its next chapter with them? Will we be leaving each other behind, or are we going on this journey together, basically? And the one that you're going on is to something higher, something much more spiritual even, or much more, I don't know, Capricorn, you feel like a higher version of yourself, and you're thinking, are you going to be coming with me? But there's some element of this where the pace in which something is changing isn't exactly to your liking. Death card reversed. And this is very much like the Death card, Phoenix rising from the ashes. This is Scorpio into Sagittarius. So around that time of the year, around November, December, might be when you're starting to see like maybe even more peace and harmony in the relationship. 10 of Cups. You're ready to just move this whole thing along and get to this really happy phase of like domestic harmony and bliss and just joy. You're like really striving for that really high kind of standard even that you're setting. Let's see. Also, you seem to be aware of challenges that haven't fully built their way to the boiling point yet. You see them growing and building. You're not intimidated at the moment, Capricorn, but you are aware of some situation that seems to be hasn't reached its climax yet. Father of Cups. Yeah, this energy could really even blow up or transform something in relation to this relationship. Now, it may kind of come as some challenge that seems to present itself that basically is here to transform the relationship emotionally on an emotional level. It seems like you started to perceive these challenges that are coming up around you right now, and I think you're actually aware of some of these arguments or the nature of these disagreements or challenges or more intense conversations or things like that. The ones you're aware of, you are aware that they're definitely like haven't reached boiling point yet, but you know that they could, and you kind of do see them as things that really transform the relationship when these matters are discussed. So this is coming all from this 10 of Pentacles, seems to be directing your motivation on a subconscious level even towards some sort of success. Okay, success with your person. So you want to have this, some want a new beginning even with the person they're dealing with. They want to wrap up an old cycle, and that cycle might have been more materialistic or more work orientated, and you're kind of hoping to there's another side of you, Capricorn, that you haven't fully expressed to the person you're dealing with perhaps. Maybe you're ready to open up to them and show them some sort of another type of way you can commit. Yes, you've shown this person that you can commit on a material level, and the 10 of Pentacles is total prosperity, but only of a material sense. So this isn't really like emotional success, but when the 2 of Cups comes in, it's saying that like you do have another motivation, and it's to show this person that they can trust you, that they can always count on you, and that you love them very deeply. So let's look at what's been going on in the past with regards to how your relationship has been expanding in a really fortunate and favorable way. We have the 3 of Wands going into the 2 of Wheel of Fortune. Why not take these 2 cards that came out then as I'm talking about them? Fool card in reverse for the 3 of Wands, and we've got the Father of Pentacles in reverse for the Wheel of Fortune. So with whatever, okay, so there had been chances been taken in the past with regards to this relationship, and hey, they were very out there, and even you were putting a lot on the line by making these gambles with this person. You were putting it all out there to be on a gamble, on a whim. Something was telling you, there was a real sense of optimism with this, but you were nervous about how this was going to turn out. But like I said at the start of our reading, I do get the sense that whatever Capricorn you've been saying, like, should I stick around with this or should I end it? I seem to be now really, really satisfied in the choice that you've made. Father of Pentacles in reverse. While, take what blessings come up around this relationship, they may start to change from like being all about like future stability and security in terms of like finances. Things might just start become a bit more unpredictably in that area of your relationship, like in what you and your partner are bringing in. But there's going to be a lot of other areas that it's expanding. It could be like different cultures now becoming involved, different areas, even like relocating, a lot of travel, a lot of opportunity, like for you to basically take this relationship somewhere further if you wanted to. But it starts to become a bit more insecure in terms of like, that could be just a test in your relationship right now, like how are we getting on when the chips are down a little bit financially. Okay, so 6 of Cups is you really just want to basically, I think some of you want to have a house and a family with this person. What came through with the 6 of Cups wanting to build foundations was the Five of Cups. So we're regressing slightly insofar as like we're getting a little bit forward with this person emotionally, and then we're kind of being sent backwards. The need for you to lay some emotional roots seems to be linked in something that you guys had lost and you're trying to recuperate. Okay, so let's see where your person's indecision is coming from at this time. Clearing up the Two of Swords. So they're hesitating. And yeah, they're undecided on what option to take. We have another 2 card here coming through, so another decision. So the reason that your person, you may feel like, is a little bit standoffish with you or hesitating with you is because they have a lot on their mind and they're currently weighing up many other options too, and they're kind of in a sort of back and forth in their own mind. You really want to reach some sort of a breakthrough in communication, even if it's you just like opening up by sending a text or an email, and like setting a reminder or something like on a Google Calendar, like some save the date for like a date night, or communicating in that way. The reason you want to communicate is because this person you've been dealing with has been making an awful lot of these decisions without you, and you just feel a little cast aside for some of you. It seems like there is some bigger unknowns in this relationship for you at this time, and you would love if they would just open up and be clear to you about what it is that they want, what they're thinking, what's on their mind. Let's see how this is going. The 10 of Wands is coming up then. For, I guess, you feeling like this breaking point or turning point is coming up really. The Daughter of Wands. So yeah, it's a breakthrough in communication. Now, if you guys don't figure out some of these unknowns together, it seems like there will be a boiling point, and it could even like be more hasty words spoken or like blurting stuff out that you don't really mean, and that might even make like the other person start to feel the emotion of rejection even, or like, you know, not feeling good enough for you, Capricorn, or you not feeling good enough for them. That's what's coming through if something is said very rushed and in the moment, and as a result of all of this pressure that's been building and building, you just kind of blurt something out. Well, that is going to be the reading for you. Let's try and stay with all of our conversations in temperance mode, which is a very much more elevated, fiery version of the Daughter of Wands. Like, this person has now been able to like control their temper it of course, and control what it is that they're saying and blurting out. That could be a takeaway from this reading. Thanks for watching, Capricorn.